Hey, Mailbag 44-ish. Two packages. This package I've already opened, and this package should have three items in it. And of course, one from previously. So I'm going to start with this one. And a lot of people, they throw their packages together. They might take first in, first out type arrangement. Mine is first in, last out. It's November 19th, 2024. This one arrived in 2023, October 13. It cost $12.14. And then it sat for quite a while. Let's get that one out of the way. As I said, I had opened it up quite a while ago and did nothing with it. So, I saw this on BigClive.com. He was showing that on the output of the USB, it was hot. A lot hotter than 5 volts too. I wanted to see if these ones were the same as what Big Clive had. So, let's take a look at it. First things first. Quality control lacking. That's not a good sign. What this is basically you push this button, you get a light. Pull it apart, you've got like a lantern. So what I want to do is see if I can actually, first off, if it's as bad as the one he had, and second, if I can eventually fix it. I'd do that in a different video. So the problem that he had was that if you plugged it in, now let me get the parts out and attached. Oops. Yeah, it ain't going in that one. Okay. That's working. Notice on the plug, there's no hot neutral. It's whatever it decides to be when you plug it in. Lovely wiring. Lights that it's charging or not. Let me grab the meter. Set it to AC. Good. Okay, I'm going to drop it into the ground. And now, get my focal distance. Okay, 3 volts roughly. AC. Now let me switch this around. If I didn't rotate it more than once. 120 volts. AC. That would definitely be a shocking surprise. Now, I will tear this apart in another video and see if I can fix it. Since it has the exact same problem, there's a good chance it just becomes a question if it's worthwhile. It is a cute little device, except having mains voltage over here. So let me unplug and notice the quality of the plug here. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a moment. And the reason that's a hazard is, okay, obviously the ground, 120 volts, you come in contact with it. I didn't do it to the neutral because in our house wiring, we hook up the ground and the neutral at the box where the power comes in. So, on to the next package. Get out my trusty little carving knife. Okay, I ordered this in March of 28th. It took 2 weeks to get here. And as I said, it's November now. And there's no lies on the package because there's no information on the package. So, we have a nightlight. a little thing, another little thing. And camera swamped. Okay, it says fast charging USB charger, mobile phone charger, USB plug adapter. Helps if I zoom in. Charger adapter for whatever iPhone, Samsung, whatever you've got in the world, it's supposed to work. That's all that's in the packet. We're going to start with this one. Okay, nothing at this end. Now, I'll put who I got it from in the corner there. Now the description's there, and the other part of the description's over here. And if you look closely, it says it's good to 2 amps output in one description. Here it says 1 amp. And in the other description it said 1 amp. So I'm betting on the 1 amp. Now, I do have a thing for checking it. Whoops. Let's get rid of the plastic. And I just got to pull some power over here. I'm currently rewiring my bench. So it's a bit of a disarray here. Okay, let's get all 3 parts together. Oops, there we go. Pull it up. Okay, it's outputting 5.16 at 0.97. If I turn it the other way. Okay, it's outputting 1 amp. It's doing fine. Oh, and oh boy, it's right on the 1 amp. There, okay, 991. It's holding 5.14. You can see that actually. Take it up a tiny bit more. There's not much leeway in this thing. At 1.03, it's already down to 4.7, and then it cuts out. So, it's good to 1 amp, and not much more. Yeah, this thing's pretty handy. And having one of these, although mine's pretty small, I've seen the ones other people have that are nice and huge. But what I have is what I have. So the next item is... Oh, and the charger cost $2.59. And boy, this thing is light. Now, the night light. What size does it say? Power, 0.5 of watt. Actually, in the the seller's over there. Description's over there. And the description says 0 to 5 watts. So I guess 0.5 is in that range. Don't know why the lights are doing that. Okay, lock it. Electric power consumption 0.5 watts. So it's supposed to be good for 1,000 hours. So, and it's supposed to have a sensor in here to determine if it's. Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, I can see that. There we go. Just a moment. Let me grab. It's one of these. And I was just using those. So let's see. Can this thing pop open? Oh, it looks like it'll pop open real easy. Famous last words. Nope. There we go. Oops. Come on. Oh, right. I've locked the focus. Grumble, grumble. Looks like it's got a bridge rectifier. Possibly a transistor there. And some resistors. Yeah, not too bad. Wonder what's on the... Oh, I'll have to tear it apart to get to the other side. Doesn't look like there's any capacitor in here. Okay, well, I'm going to put this back on for safety's sake, and then I'll plug it in. So let's see how bright this thing is. Not bright at all. I think I'm going to have to cut the lights. There we go. It's much brighter in the picture there than it is here, which means actually it's probably good for a night light just so that you can see your way around. So kind of cute. I might play with this and see what... And gotta watch that 10-minute mark on my camera because it turns itself off after that. So the next item, number 3 and 4, is the TDA 1308 silicone microphone preamp. $2.30 a piece. I bought 2 of them. I'll put in the corner who I bought it from and the specs on it. Obviously I opened this one already since filming it with nothing happening. Now I'm just going to zoom down. So here's a close-up of it. It's described as, it adopts Knowles high sensitivity silicone microphone and preamp circuit. Output 30 milliamps. Now this chip is supposed to be good for Class AB stereo headphone driver. 2 channels. This has got 1. Guess what you pay? You get what you pay for. It needs, it says it can direct drive 32 ohm headphones. Needs 3 to 5 volts DC. Now that I'm doing this a second time, down here is R5. And you can actually knock the chip out there, the resistor, and replace with a 4.7K to 100K resistor. As they describe it, magnification adjusting resistor, plug-in pad. So basically, stick it across, remove this one, and you can change it. Higher resistance equals higher gain. Then they said, higher the gain. I guess they like repeating, just like I do. R6 is for the microphone sensitivity. Right now it's got a 0 ohm resistor in there. And you can knock it out and replace it with a 0 to 10K plug-in pad. Hence, knock it out, replace with one, or stick it across. I just bought these actually quite a while ago to play with, and obviously since I bought it in March and just opened it in November, it wasn't a high priority. Now for this chip here, I'll put up in the corner, up there somewhere, is this block diagram of the chip, and I'll then also put up in the corner there the recommended circuit for it. And then I'm going to check to see if the phone was actually recording. And I'm feeling destructive today. Since this thing barely puts out 1 amp, I think it's a good bet to just tear it apart and see what's inside. They actually have a picture on their website of what the innards are supposed to look like. Oh well, that way didn't work. Give me a moment. Okay, let's try to get this apart one another way. Let's see. You do want to come apart, don't you? Oops. I'm going to adjust the camera. And if I continue to have problems taking this apart, I'll edit it a tiny bit. I really don't want to come apart. Come on. That sounded promising. And not for its survival, at least. Okay, there's a few parts out of it. Ah, there we go. So once upon a time, this went in here. Not anymore. So, let's take a look at this. And then I'll compare it with the picture they have on their site with their. Not a lot. Oh, how cute. We can put a diode here, but we're not going to. There's a capacitor there. Oh, there. Man, that thing's tiny. Oh, that's probably a safety there. And then 3 capacitors. And... oh, there's the guts of it. Oh, there we go. Okay, obviously I'm going to edit it. The one chip is a CS, hold my hand steady, CSC71378. Here's the bridge rectifier MB10F. Some diodes and resistors. Another diode there. Let me just move it a bit. And they got a nice wide path between the AC side and the DC side. And soldering looks good, but there sure isn't much above 1 amp for it. Okay, 4.7 microfarad, 400 volt. So this side, of course, is the DC side, the low voltage, and this is the high voltage side. Yeah, 10 volt. Whereas this one over here is a 50 volt, 2.2 microfarad. So that's what's inside it. Let's see if they actually stuck the diode on the other side. Oh, okay, that's why. They didn't cheap out on it. They just went with a surface mount. Not a bad idea. They can put a surface mount in, or they can put in a through hole. So that's it. Well, have a good day. See you later. Bye.